Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion.
Nice.
He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella. Forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Fella got a piece of him, though.
Damn, like all of this is destructive. It's pretty cool.
Kid just rages for a while.
I love how he's just narrating what I'm doing. Bastion.
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do. Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber.
Gotcha. Yeah, I already took care of that. But thank you.
Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink. A school of squirts tunnels up around him. Must have fled here from the mines. It's a wonder the old saloon's still standing. Used to have the nicest view.
Oh shit.
Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her.
Crystal barrette, a memento, a fashion accessory covered in soot. Holds great value, of the sentimental variety. Also holds hair firmly in check. Best hang on to it, just in case.
He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did. Then Kid finds his trusty shield.
Alright.
But just as he's getting a handle on it, the security takes him for a petty thief. Special delivery. Gas fellas. Windbags start turning up for last call. Squirts start coming out of the woodwork. Big old fella walks out in front of the kid.
Woo!
Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop. Ronde always wanted his ashes scattered here.
Oh man, I'm digging this so far.
He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke. Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. Knows he should draw the string all the way back. Wasn't long before the kid could loose an arrow, strong and true.
What is this here? Something stringy.
The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land.
An upgrade material for the breaker's bow. A stretch of meese gut prized by bowyers and pelt ball fans. One more reason for the popularity of meese hunting.
Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid.
How do I change?
Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome.
How do I change from the bow to the rifle? Kind of like the rifle. Oh, that's cool that you can.
He finds the distillery, right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. One sip of the spirits in that distillery, And
New
the kid will
spirits
feel
now
like a
available.
new man.
Squirt cider, fermented squirt extract with a nose of stale bread and ocean water. Very nutritious. Plus 10 max health. Dread rum, plus 10 critical chance. Active only when at full health. Pungent concoction that calms senses and steadies nerves, favored by the breakers and other fighting forces. Fetching Fizz, absorbs stray fragments. Started as a barroom prank, but evolved to become popular with miners and scrap workers. Metallic aftertaste. I mean, crit's good, but that's only when at full health. Or I can maximize my full health, but not by very much. Okay, we'll go for crit.
The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the
Okay.
job.
Dancing shot, a secret breaker technique that causes an arrow to bounce from target to target. Originally intended only for spectacle, but it proved to have practical uses. Actually sounds pretty cool. Actually, that sounds really good. The dancing shot. We'll go with that. We'll keep the breaker bow.
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins. Ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now. Takes a chunk of alloy. Smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air.
Something heavy, an upgrade material for the Kale Hammer. A chunk of a precious alloy found deep underground. The stable diet of gas fellas, also used in all manner of industry.
Scumbags. Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did.
Shit.
puts him out of his
Oh,
misery.
yeah.
He finds the core to the wharf district. He steals the city's heart. Might as well. Kid has a feeling he better get a move on. The place is starting to fall. See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat. Kid just keeps running.
Yep. Whoa, frames. What the hell was that?
At last, the skyway's in sight. Whisks him where he needs to go.
Whoa.
Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me. We talk for a spell.
Alright, discuss the city crest. Ask about the seal representing the city of Kilondia. Weren't these only meant to be for uniform and identification?
There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest. Enough to point the way to the cores.
Core. Ask about the large bluish mineral found in the wharf district. It feels warm to the touch and hums like a motor. What exactly does it do?
All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there. Then watch.
Crystal Barrette. Ask about what happened to Nacy, the girl who used to pin her hair back with this. Is she here already? Where is everyone?
I try to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, all right. Except no one else showed up.
Well, that's sad.
And just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again. Growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown.
Cool.
Kid ponders what to build.
Alright, so I can build a distillery. Plans for a facility whose specially brewed spirits enhances one natural abilities. Just need a place to build it. The only spirits permitted on the rippling walls were the kind that increase productivity. Build an arsenal. Let's do the distillery.
Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply.
Alright, we've got some new ones here. Hardy Punch. +1 chance to carry on if defeated. I like that. Damage surrounding foes if defeated. Aromatic beverage served piping hot. According to folktales, it can almost wake the dead. Weir Whiskey. Available 100% crit hit chance. Only active when below 33% health. Cinderbrick Stout. 33% speed while defending. I think I'm going to go with the Hardy Punch and then change that to the Weir Whiskey.
Hardy Punch is so zesty, it'll let you carry on through the worst of times.
Okay. Cool, cool.
Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him. The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
Alright, so we can do the Workman Ward. Alright. Okay, we can't go. Oh, wait, here. The breakers once honed their skills and focus with their bows. I don't think I'm...
The breaker barracks. Many straight shooters learn their way here. The workman ward. Them windbags used to keep the city humming along here.
You know, screw it. Let's just go to the breaker grounds. Or breaker barracks, whatever it was called.
The breakers used to come here for target practice. They used to play a little game. See who could bust the most targets and the fewest shots. He's focused. He's armed. And he's off. Perfect shot just happens in a flash.
Got another something stringy.
He returns with some of the materials we need.
But I can't do anything with it yet. Alright, so let's go to the workman ward. Workman ward. The ward for workmen.
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong.
Uh-oh. The intersection between bad and
Ought to be
wrong.
a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? He heads for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time. He heads for the biggest dump in town. Scumbag alley. Some scumbag still feeding off the city's own trash. And there he is. The oldest scumbag of them all. Gershel. Much for Gershel's sunny disposition. Shame old Gershel can't float like when he was a young fella. The rest of the path is gone for good, and his city crest won't bring it back.
Alright.
No core, no surprise. Like the gas fellas are hiding it from him.
Dish. War machete.
I can digest just about anything. Except for this. It's quick for slicing.
Nice, I like that.
To throw. say even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed. No sign of the core here. At least the kid got something for his trouble. Them squirts just don't know when to quit.
Something sharp. An upgrade material for the war machete. A batch of Zulwood leaves, best not handled barehanded. The world's sharpest blades are treated with their oil.
Up north is where the gas fella foreman used to live, tending to his flock. Gas fellas all dress alike. Kids wondering the same thing.
A memento, a soiled garment like the gas fellas wear. Gas fellas used to tend the mines, but now are storming the remains of Caledonia, or Caelondia, in alarming numbers. But for what?
Locked down tight in an alloy cage. A blustery old foreman's keeping his fellas in check, almost like he's showboating for the crowd.
Holy crap.
And now there's a new marshal in town.
Alright, there's still a way that I didn't go though, so let's check that way, see what's there first. There might be something up here.
He heads for the east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge. Inside the forge, Kid can fine-tune those instruments of his. The little Zulwood oil and that blade shines like a light.
Let's go with that.
With
Yes,
a good length of
Frosty.
meat gut, that
Absolutely.
bow's like new again. Odd place to find the likes of Percy the Snitch. Never much cared for that big wide grin of his.
Alright, now we can go get this core.
hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. Kid's ready to go, and his ticket out's right where he started. He comes back, just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it.
Ask about the Ragged Hood, belonging to some ill-fated gas fellow. Why are they flooding the city, ransacking its remains?
The windbags used to be alright. Then the calamity took the floor out from under him. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next.
Let's build an arsenal.
The Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to.
Like the dancing shot.
A bow and a machete, every bit as effective as the fancier stuff. Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out.
We got the melting pot.
The melting pot. Place hoarded all sorts of fineries from beyond the boundless sea.
Or Sundown Path.
The Sundown Path. Lovely place for a stroll. Before the calamity, that is.
Let's do the melting pot first.
In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on the squirt. Of all the plans to survive the calamity, it had to be stabweeds. If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down.
Stabweeds.
Core stuck inside one of those fancy cages.
Alright, since the core's down here, I'm gonna go do some more exploring and we'll come back to that.
Ain't no easy way out of this mess.
Something nasty. Enough grid material for the Fang Repeater. A prickly bundle of bones from a carrion critter. The city never got these under control. The calamity did. Alright, so there's not really anything else to do but go this way. Get these out of the way in case I have to have a fight here. Trip mine.
Some of the stuff lying around is downright dangerous. throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong?
Lots. Lots can go wrong.
Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in.
Holy shit.
He's gonna hold out just a little longer. Not every squirt's born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense. Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while. Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas fellas take his corner. Heard they pop that mean old foreman. At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 30. Hard to tell. Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy. It ain't all bad, as the kid finds some spices from the motherland, tax-free. It's a troublesome scene to be sure. Left, and the core goes free. 10, 9, 8, 7, give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach. And done. He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge.
Whew.
I still remember the look on his face after that one.
All right.
The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started.
Ancient spices. Ask about the ancient spices found tucked away in the melting pot. Where did they come from, and when?
Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Celandia. It was good living here for a while. A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right here. Kid packs a special surprise in every one of those arrows.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick tactical wee. I'll be right back. Alright. Let's go here.
Windbag Ranch was built for gathering squirt extract in copious supply. Ain't nothing more helpful. Some folks showed up to make a fast buck, not for the night. Slippery little devils. Other folks came to train their throwing arms. Still others use the place to test their finest blades.
Come here, you son of a bitch. Come on, stop moving.
Kid cuts all
Wow.
that down soon enough. Kid comes back from Windbag Ranch, smelling good and ripe.
Alright, I think I'm gonna keep what I got. I like the trip mine. Plus 100%
War
crit
machetes
damage.
are so quick, you gotta keep a good grip on them.
Sundown path. Should be along this precarious walkway. Be careful up there.
couples used to walk the sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure, though. But then somebody gets to the core before the kid. The floor starts giving way under the lightest step. A single panic squirt could bring the whole place down. Fragments of the old world rain in the sky. Well, the path ain't exactly open to visitors no more. Security is all fired up. See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Sky bridges link the path together. One of them bridges whips the kid along. Finds a spyglass, like the ones they'd use to search the stars.
A memento, a portable telescopic lens used for stargazing. The sundown path once held breathtaking views of the stars, the mountains, and the sea. Now only the stars remain.
Air travel always was an iffy proposition. But Calamity changed everything, even where the wind goes. Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we could do it again. But the question is, who else could have taken the core? Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back. No, they used to ship live munitions down the path. He's wise to toss those things pretty far away. Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky. In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question. Who else could have survived the calamity? So he didn't find the core that time, but that ain't about to stop us.
Ask about the bronze spyglass taken from the sundown path. Only the stars remain on the horizon. The mountains are gone. We're no closer to the stars now, are we?
We could always see the stars. We just never could reach them, no matter how high we built.
Nope.
The Hanging Gardens. Folks used to go here to relax from their relaxing.
Core detected. Beyond that, no telling what awaits. A veil hangs over this place.
The dead welcome him with open arms. The calamity took everybody after all. Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. You don't much care to see him. Not like this. These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. Someone who ain't like Mr. Beckley and his kindly wife. It was someone like him. Kid sees him there agape, in the flesh. It's a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what. He's got so many questions after all. Just ain't got time for answers. The Thunder brothers didn't make it. They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nor did the bird boy. Didn't make it. The Jawsons, they didn't make it. Grady Sr., Grady Jr., they didn't make it. But him, he survived. Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here.
A memento, an insignia borne by people of Era heritage. The Tazal spade was a rare sight in Celandia before the calamity, as very few Era lived in the city. Now there were fewer still.
Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we? The core survives as well. Kid does what he has to do. And then, what do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. We have to go. Please.
The survivor agreed to return to the Bastion.
He's a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zolf. No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Celandia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other for the first time. The cores, they remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be all right. Well, look what we have here.
Memorial. Plans for a structure that chronicles past and future efforts. Just need a place to build it. A necessary testament to the calamity. By paying tribute to the past, one may better prepare for the future. Lost and found. Plans for a facility that holds and restores a variety of valuables. Just need a place to build it. Calamity tore the old world to pieces. Yet even the smallest fragments can be restored in the Bastion. Stu Memorial.
The memorial. Here a kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind. The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more.
Okay.
Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got.
Alright, so you get more money for that. Let's go here. I like the hand grenade, but we're gonna go back to the trip mine. I actually really like the trip mine. Ask about the Ura sigil discovered in the Hanging Gardens. Were there many Ura living in the city before the calamity? Can they be trusted here?
We fought the Ura decades ago, but that was then. Things are different between us now.
Talk to Zulf about life in Caelondia before the calamity. What was it like living in the city? Did you get homesick?
For Zulf, Caelondia was like a second home. He's real worried about his first home, too. Far to the east.
Show Zulf the crystal barrette from the rippling walls. You didn't happen to see a girl who wore this in her hair, did you?
We all lost loved ones in the calamity, he says. I don't know how I'm gonna go on without mine.
Offer Zulf the spyglass found on the sundown path. Maybe this can help you take your mind off things. You could help us find new skyway paths.
Zulf offers to help me plot the skyways for the kid. At least the calamity hasn't touched the stars, he says.
Ask Zulf about the Ura sigil discovered in the Hanging Gardens. Have you been in Caelondia long? Did you travel all the way from the east?
He was born in the Tazzle terminals. The Ura sent him on a mission of peace to our city, and he's lived here ever since.
Alright, cool.
We tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city.
We got Pith Orchard. It should be nestled by the shrine to the god of commotion and order.
There's Pith Orchard, built in honor of the bull, and folks like Zulf who pray to him.
Or Cinderbrick Fort. Too bad it lies deep inside the toughest fort in the city. We'll start with the orchards, I guess.
No use praying to the gods these days. No time for it either. Pith Orchard. Place is a dead end in more ways than one.
Can't go that way.
Folks used to make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pith, the bull. Well, the gods are long gone now, and the orchard core is long gone too. Seems Pith ain't much of a watchdog.
Flush Pith.
The gods don't care about trinkets, but the kid ain't no god.
A memento, a machine-stitched likeness of the god of commotion and order. As the people of Caelondia grew more self-reliant, they grew less fearful of their gods and turned them into commodities.
Pith stood for something once. Something real. In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration.
Something coarse. An upgrade material for a certain weapon. A coil of refined alloy favored by machinists used to make firing mechanisms and ammunition. Okay, so that goes to a weapon I have not discovered yet.
Pith makes a decent scarecrow, at least.
What? What in the world?
Then Pith lights up like a rodeo. punching through his hide. Kid breaks him to bits. Must have been guarding that shrine. So what'll it be? Invoke the gods? Or tell them off?
Pith, god of commotion and order. Foes shall grow quicker to move and to strike. The wakeful bull, patient yet temporal, adorns the city's walls with his likeness. Okay, so that's basically like something to make the game harder, but you don't get any bonus for it, so...
Kid don't need favors from the likes of Pith. Well, if the gods are alive, then nothing but plenty sword. Popping windbags is hard enough. No need to get the gods involved.
Shit.
Things might have gone worse if Kid tampered with that shrine. Kid ain't found the core, but at least he found Zolf's precious shrine. Now we can build a shrine of our own, though I got some alternatives in mind.
Alright.
The Breakers.
That one.
Ain't no one could outrun them. Or their arrows. The Gravers. The arm of justice. They seemed unstoppable.
Got lots of good money for that one. Asks Zolf about the plush toy from the Pith Orchard. Would you like to hang on to this? The Europe people worship the same gods as us, after all.
Zolf doesn't touch the thing. Says the god of commotion is no children's toy.
So this must be the shrine. No, maybe not. Talk about the plush toy from the Pith Orchard. The gods didn't bother to stop the calamity, did they?
The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls.
Yeah, I'm still low.
Where whiskey has no scent, but tastes like a peppered boot heel. It's not for everyone.
Let's see.
Turns out those old bones still have some spark in them.
Alright.
That's Cinder Brick Fort, where the marshals used to watch over the city. There's only one way to Cinder Brick Fort. The hard way.
Well, of course.
Sure, the city marshals may be gone, but now the fort's crawling with windbags. The calamity was mercy. The windbags ain't so lucky.
Whew.
They've been left to freeze or starve or face the kid. Wham! Kid's ready for the windbags this time. Windbags don't know kid's fresh out of health tonics.
Not anymore.
Well, windbags young and old keep fighting for the fort. Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal.
Scrap musket.
Topside. A lot of them wound up here in this very fort. Could have been minding the business underground like in the old days. Windbags can't use marshal supplies, but the kid sure can. He stashes the marshal's prize. Goes back to something more in his style. As for the windbags, Cinder Brick gave him enough heat and metal to munch on for a while.
Whew.
Well, the fort ain't theirs by right. Can't blame him for wanting, though. Not a scratch on him as he presses on to higher ground. Times like this, kid's glad he packed trip mines. Secured his plane gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. It ain't afraid of getting burned. They trapped the kid in the middle of the fort's parade grounds. Then they bring out Glutus and Blandon, all their scumbag uncles. They got something to gain, and only their sorry hides to lose. Kid takes down Glutus. Maybe it was Blandon. The other big fella soon joins his brother, wherever they are now. The windbags finally get the message.
Alright. Marshal's badge.
Kid used to dream of getting a marshal's badge, but not like this.
Marshal's badge, a memento, a prestigious symbol of the city's law enforcement. The city's citizens respected and admired the marshals for their unwavering dedication to preserving peace and justice.
The Skyway's a welcome sight after all that. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort. Kid shows up just as Zolf's telling me about his own journey to the city. Seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zolf was his smoking pipe. Poor kid collapses after just one drag.
What is this?
The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past is history. Catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life, supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money. Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. What was I saying? Anyway. Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too. The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either.
Holy moly. Ah.
So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Ceylondia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls. Out there, kid learned to fend for himself. Learn to build. Learn to break. Time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to set out farther than anybody. ground beneath them shuddered, cracked, and split apart.
Ah!
You saw nothing where the world used to be. The calamity happened just like that. Wait, where was I? All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back. Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him.
I wish I had some trip mines. Oh, shit. Ah, son of a gun.
Well, he finally arrived at Caelandia's vaunted safe haven. He and no one else.
Stop. Don't hurt me.
But then, all they got was more thankless work from a man who ain't even asked his name. Sure, I may be the one who dreamt up the walls and the bastion, but the kid made them real, not me.
Oh, fuck. Oh, stop. No!
For nothing now.
No, I was on the last one. I'm not going all the way back through that again. Maybe later when I'm stronger, but not now. That was something else. Ask Zolf about the Marshal's badge retrieved from Cinderbrick Fort. Did the Marshals ever give you a hard time being in Ura and all?
The Marshals seem like good men, he says. They treated him with dignity.
Asked Zolf about his smoking pipe. Where did you get this? In the city, they used to say this stuff was very strong.
Zolf brought his antique smoking pipe all the way from the terminals.
I'm not doing that again. Alright. Ask about the Marshal's badge. The Marshals brought the city back to working order after the war, didn't they?
Even since the Ura surrendered to us, the Marshals kept a wary eye on him.
Okay. I'm level 3 now, so I can get... Okay. I can get plus 33% speed while defending. Absorb stray fragments. 10% critical hit chance active only when at full health. Or what's the max health? Let's do the Dread Rum.
Dread Rum's brewed from swamp weeds, so its effect is as bold as its flavor. Kid ain't finished here yet.
Oh yeah.
Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this. The trappers, daring bunch of fools. They'll be missed. I've asked a lot of the kid, but this is something he's done on his own.
We'll do the Lost and Found.
The lost and found. Here, kid takes fragments of the old world and makes them whole again.
See, so we got some spirits. Stab Synth, automatically retaliate when injured. Lunkhead Liqueur, plus 100% damage when counterblocking with Bullhead Shield. Bastion Bourbon, health tonics fully restore health, and plus 2 health tonic capacity. That may not be bad. Whale Ale, plus 25% damage using secret skills. Let me get the Bastion Bourbon.
All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion makes it good as new.
And we'll get something sharp. And something nasty. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, let's upgrade this.
Points just don't get any sharper than that.
Yeah. Do that. We can do plus 50 damage. Wider attack spread. Improved firing rate.
That ought to make
damage.
those fangs sink in nice and deep.
Yeah. Oh, spirits. I want to do... Instead of Dread Rum, we're gonna do Bastion Bourbon. Langston River. It was last seen halfway down the riverbank in the shadow of Prosper Bluff.
The Langston River flowed free and wild till the calamity drank it all up. Maybe all that water just grew wings and flew off. Riverbank swarming with bags. They're so bent on finding the core, they hardly notice the kid. Lucky for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat. Weepin' Millie. She sends some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nellie knows the way to the core. Maybe she can slip right past all the clamor on the coast. Or maybe not. A security skiff pulls up portside. Nellie's just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. They try to cut her off. They try to slow her down. They try to knock her out.
Ah!
Well, Weepin' Nellie tries harder. Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kid's gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors. She picked a good spot for a break, because the core's right there.
I keep forgetting that I have a, shield.
Then the kid hears an unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings. They've been watching his every move. Peckers, they had their own eye on the
Ah, shit.
Why? Finds Weepin' Nellie raring to go. Turns out she's got a special surprise when the water's getting rough. She's gonna need a little help with all them peckers. Traffic things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we could fly in times like these. care what they shoot, as long as they hit something. Windbags get an even better idea. They aim to smash moving hell into splinters. One of them skiffs like some kind of Ceylonian privateer. They don't know the kid's just trying to help. Or maybe they don't care. Well, it all proves too much for poor Nelly. She's just gotta make one last stop. Last breath, Nelly gets the kid to solid ground. Solid ground, heck of country. They want that core real bad. Might be they want it just as bad as a kid. Kid shoes them off, knowing they'll be back. Know how many times kid nearly fell off the barge back there? 5 times.
Keeps track of how many times I fell.
Now, listen close. You should remember this next part. Why go to Prosper Bluff? Used to take an enterprising man or plain old fool to venture out that far. The city was the most beautiful place in the world. We all knew that. But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they can't. And that's why you go to Prosper Bluff, ain't it? The other kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while. How's it go again? Yeah, that's the one.
Are you serious right now? I hit heal.
I dig my hole, you build a wall. sky. Gonna build that wall up to the sky. Someday your bird is gonna fly. Gonna build that wall until it's done. Gonna build that wall until it's done.
Well, no point explaining what happens next, right? Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed.
A memento, a worn book handwritten in traditional Euroscript. Amid the scrawled notes, the book contains various indecipherable scientific diagrams, drawings, and mathematical formulae.
And besides, it's like the song goes. They'll be here before too long. We darn near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow or again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people. But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find.
Alright, ask about the journal from Zia's campgrounds. Can you read any of this? Do these charts and formulas mean anything to you?
If only I'd known half the secrets of the Calamity were tucked away in that book, I'd have worked to translate it right away.
What do you make of these drawings and diagrams? Isn't this written in your native language?
A scientific journal written in Zolf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much.
Let's see. Let's talk to her about the ancient spices. Eating this stuff was like a rite of passage in the city. Did the Eura like it?
Most of the Ura never got a taste of Ceylondia's fine goods. Unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here.
Offer Zia the bronze spyglass from the sundown path. Not much to see out there beyond the bastion, but maybe you'll find something.
Sure, the world's all gone to pieces farther than the eye can see. But leave it to this gal to point out the amazing view.
Did the marshals ever give you any trouble? You seem worried whenever you see this badge.
Girl tried to run away from home one time. But the marshals stopped that, didn't they?
Traditional Euroscript was outlawed in the city. Is this your handwriting?
So many secrets in there and she can't even read it. The father's own journal.
Interesting.
If you're feeling low, count on the buttery flavor of our own Bastion bourbon.
Don't think I can do that. Well, I could, but I'm not using the hammer, so... Okay. Oh, yeah.
Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either. Behold, the Pantheon.
A Kobe, goddess of oath and abandon. Foes shall have vengeance in the throes of defeat. Yeah, there's no bonus. No point in doing them if there's no bonus for it,
We
right? I
tracked
don't
the
want to make
final
the
core beyond
game
the
harder
city
without it
to the wilds.
being necessary. An expeditionary team aimed to use it to tame these lands, but went missing.
That's the edge of the wilds, where Johnson and his boys disappeared. The wild unknown. Place can eat a man alive. Place is so raw, even the Calamity couldn't cook it. Not all of it. Pecker's got the core, like they're building a bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect the kid so soon. They shouldn't have let their guard down. Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another. He digs his way out of the clearing, but the wilds won't let him go without a fight. Wallflowers survive the Calamity. Best take it real slow when pincushions are afoot. Kid's roused up half the wilds by now. Then kid gets the feeling he's being watched. Not by me, by a lunkhead. And lunkheads ain't fond of two-legged animals. Get him anywhere but the hindquarters and you only make him mad. Leave it to the kid to make time for stomping swamp weeds. By now, kid's got more needles in him than a stab weed. Don't ever turn your back on a pincushion. Hardly any signs of the old Jocelyn camp. He's anxious to get back. After all, he's got the final core. His journey's over, right? Well, no, it ain't. Not by a long shot. Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the words. The Calamity failed, he says, but I will not.
Damn.
And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone.
Well, shit. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Awesome game so far. I mean, I always heard great things about this game and really everything that what are they called, Supergiant games. Meg. I mean, just look at Hades. So we'll pick back up with this one next weekend. So thanks again for joining me. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook. Get your updates there on the YouTube channel as well. And I'll catch you next weekend.